guys, it's Emily, and I've picked up a new saying, surprise surprise, from Tumblr. Whenever I've done something that was just not a great idea, or something that was just sucked generally, I keep saying 0 out of 10, do not recommend. As if I would recommend it to anybody in the first place. I'm now definitely not recommending it to you. But today I've decided to tell you about all the things that I definitely do not recommend. 0 out of 10. Don't do it. The first thing was the most recent thing, and that was standing in the outer circle of a mosh pit. Now, I'm not saying don't do mosh pits, because I'm sure a lot of you probably like them. However, only do mosh pits if you have some kind of strength, preferably upper body, so you can push people. People were backing into me, naturally, which wasn't the worst bit, because the worst thing was people kept standing on me. So not only do I have all these people standing on my feet, I'm pretty sure there was a girl with some kind of heel who also did this. My foot, of course, got a giant bruise on it, and now it's yellow, so I look a bit like a Simpson. But I'm not going to show you because a lot of people have a thing about feet and they don't like them. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. The second thing is eating curly fries straight from the oven, which you may think sounds obvious, but it wasn't obvious at the time. So I pulled my oven stuff out of the oven, including my curly fries. I was looking at them, I was eyeing them up, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna have one with a small one, it won't be as hot. I blew on it a little bit because that's what you do. Popped it in my mouth. It was going well. Apart from, I only chewed it once before it got stuck here. And then it started hurting. And I was like, what the fuck? Get out. And I couldn't get it out of my tongue. That's what I was attempting to do. So obviously I used my hand, got it out, and then it wouldn't stop hurting. And I was thinking, this curly fry is making my world come to an end. But anyway, I started to ignore it, and I continued ignoring it until later on, when I went to brush my teeth. This is starting to look funny. Like is this skin coming off? Yes. Yes, there is. Did you know you can burn the inside of your mouth? No? Yes, you can. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. The next thing is a book, which I would never recommend to anybody in the history of books ever. I got to the end of this book, but not by choice, by the fact that I had to know what the fuck was going on. This book is called The Wolf Gift by Anne Rice, and I picked it up thinking, werewolves, obviously. Started off alright. I mean, the guy has sex with a mature lady, you know, he's got a girlfriend, whatever. I was ignoring the weirdness, but you'd think that I'd know better by now, because we're halfway through the book, maybe, I don't know, and he meets this woman in wolf form, yeah? And then he has sex with this woman in wolf form. I was reading bestiality. It's a bestiality book. I've never been more confused, or weirded out, or grossed out, and it was going into detail. I don't need detail, I need to skip past these pages really quick. Why are you doing this? Ew, do not recommend. Sticking with forms of media, I'm now going to tell you about a TV season that is the worst thing my eyes ever had to watch. And that is Angel, season 4. Apart from when Willow turns up, that's the best. Everything else, don't bother. It's gross. The problem is I can't really explain this one to you without all the backstory, and we'll be here till the fucking moon explodes. Basically, there's a kid who is apparently 18, doesn't look it, and there's a woman who's supposed to be 23, but she doesn't look that either. She looks older than that, and they get together and they have sex on screen, and it's the worst decision, and then she gets pregnant, and no, my eyes, no. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. The fourth thing is catching something that flies with your bare hands. And I know it's not going to be everybody, because some people are like, well, I don't mind. I mind. I really mind. And I mean, I'd rather not. I'm not fond of things that fly around my room because I have to catch them. But on this occasion, it was a moth. And moths are flitty and I'm not scared of them, and I obviously caught it and put it outside. It just feels horrible. Don't need that in my life if I can avoid it. Spiders, give me a spider, not a giant one, preferably. If a butterfly wants to fly in, fucking stay here, it's pretty. But moths, 0 out of 10, do not recommend. And let me know down in the comments some things that you would not recommend because they're 0 out of 10. We've all got some, and my list is ever growing. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see some of my face, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you guys on Monday. Whatcha?